in what looks like a massive ant party in the sky. Birds swoop through the swarm like kids at a piñata party, but you dodge and weave, determined not to become a feathered friend's snack. Mid-flight, you attract several male suitors. They're not exactly Prince Charming, more like Prince in a hurry because their biological clock is ticking faster than a time bomb. You mate with multiple males in midair, storing all their sperm in a special organ called a spermatheca. This sperm has to last you your entire life. We're talking up to 30 years. It's like extreme couponing, but with genetic material. Once you've collected enough sperm, around 250 million, because why settle, you drop to the ground and immediately start ripping off your own wings. Now comes the hard part. You need to dig yourself a tiny chamber in the soil, your starter home. No real estate agent, no mortgage, just you and your mandibles digging until you've carved out a cozy little space. Once inside, you seal yourself in. Welcome to the next phase of your life. Solitary confinement. In your underground chamber, you start laying your first eggs. These will become your worker daughters, your first tiny workforce. But here's the catch. You can't leave to get food. Remember those fat reserves you stored up? That's all you've got to survive on while raising your first batch of workers.
Huh?
Yes, you read that right. Those beautiful wings you were so proud of? They're now about as useful as a chocolate teapot. You literally tear them off yourself, using them as fertilizer for your first batch of eggs. You even digest your wing muscles for extra nutrients. It's basically the ant version of surviving on your own body fat while running a daycare. You tend to these first eggs like they're made of gold, cleaning them constantly to prevent mold. When they hatch into larvae, you feed them with special eggs you lay just for food.
Aww.
Yes, you're feeding your babies their potential siblings. Nature's weird like that. These larvae eventually pupate and emerge as your first workers, but they're tiny. Like, really tiny. They're the ant equivalent of premature babies because you didn't have proper nutrition while raising them. But once these first workers mature, things start looking up. They dig their way out of the chamber, and suddenly you've got help. They forage for food, expand the nest, and take care of your next batch of eggs. Finally, you can focus on your true calling, being an egg-laying machine. You can lay up to 1,500 eggs per day during peak season. That's one egg every minute, making human labor look like a casual Sunday stroll. Your colony grows exponentially, but don't break out the champagne just yet. Your tiny workers have to navigate a world that's basically a giant death trap. Rival colonies send raiders to steal your brood. Parasitic wasps try to inject their eggs into your workers.
No.
And occasionally some workers get funny ideas about laying their own eggs. You have to release special pheromones to keep them in line when they do try to sneak their eggs past you.
Come on, man.
Your loyal workers turn into tiny police officers, destroying any eggs that aren't yours. Workers build new chambers, tend to the brood, and bring you food.
Huh?